So my question to y'all, with the Spurs beating OKC 3 times in 13 days, does it mean anything?
Yeah, it means a lot. And when the team has your number 3 times in 13 days, that definitely means that. Because it's hard to even beat a team twice in a row. Like, no matter who it is, it's hard to consistently beat a team 2 times in a row. They did it 3 times in a row. So, yeah it definitely means something.
I understand what KB is saying, though, because we grew up, again, say this all the time, where the Bulls was getting the Heat number. I do think this is different, though, because this Thunder team, pretty much against the rest of the NBA, looks flawless. This is a team that, like a week ago, I was having a conversation with y'all, like, why y'all scared to pick against the Thunder? Y'all act like they're going to never lose again. And now they not only have lost, 4 games now, but 3 of them, like you said, 3 in 13 days. And some of the things in these notes that I have stand out to me. First home loss of the season for the Thunder. They shot 38, 25, 68 splits in that game. That's not Thunder-like. 41 first quarter points for the Spurs. This is a Thunder defense that is regarded as sometimes one of the best defense, if not the best defense of all time. So to give up 41 points in any quarter, let alone the first, from a team like the Spurs, who we don't even look at the Spurs as that type of team to just do that.
Not yet, at least.
Against anybody. 41 points, and they did it against the Thunder. Spurs hit the same amount of threes, 11, on 15 less attempts. We have talked about since last year. You know, we speculated, could they get a Cam Johnson during last year? And now we're having the same conversation. And 22 points for SGA at a season low. And then there's 3 games versus Spurs. The Thunder are averaging 107 points and giving up 119. That's almost flip of what their season averages are as a team. So, again, I understand the sentiment, KB, because, I agree with you, or not even that that's your thought process, but the question you're posing, does it mean something? It means something, but I'm not jumping off the ledge for it because, again, the fact that this is happening before the new year allows the Thunder to eternalize this. This is going to be something that they focus on. I believe on a broadcast, I heard that they will play 2 more times again this year. And the playoffs is just a different game. And for them to lose and feel this embarrassment, though it means a lot for the Spurs, I think this could be something that is great and major for the Thunder. For when they get to the playoffs, they're already going to have a certain energy for the Spurs. That's the one thing I kind of don't like for the Spurs, man.
Yeah,
let them get one so they don't have now every time they see y'all, San Antonio, y'all are now they championship, including whenever y'all may face each other in the playoffs. But some of that stuff right there, it wasn't like the Spurs just got hot or they playing off the back of a crazy Wemby performance. Yeah. He's coming off the bench in limited minutes.
Yeah.
Like he making them count every time.
Yeah,
that's kind of why I was saying I'm a little worried, is just because Wemby is not playing his full amount of minutes. So like when he could start the game and also play 35 minutes in a big game, it could still he's going to make it a little bit more ugly.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, that's just more minutes of him just sitting in the paint, and also Chet Holmgren in these games are also playing terrible.
Which I love that too, because Wemby straight up said, "Hey man, this ain't
not even close.
Yeah,
it's not even close."
And then the play shows it.
Yeah, it's very. Yeah.
The play shows it. Certain guys be talking certain talks, but nothing shows the talk that they talking.
Yeah.
That show, hey man, stop even mention that, bro. Don't even mention that.
Well,
y'all should have me versus Shea.
One of the biggest
me versus Shea. Are you serious?
One of the biggest benefits for the Spurs, you mentioned how they were just able to generate the same amount of threes on less attempts or whatever. They have so many people that can get to the paint. Yeah, they have multiple guards, including Wemby himself, who can get himself in the paint and make plays. But I think that's the type of stuff that you need against OKC, because having just one or maybe even 2 guys, you're kind of pushing it, because they're going to run against pressure all game long.
OKC won the turnover battle. They fought close in the rebound. I mean, they might have won the rebounding battle as well. This, again, they played at a certain level. But the Spurs, like Shea said that they are playing like the better team. They are the better team right now. Yeah. And that's exactly...
It's hard to dispute that.
Yeah. That's exactly what these wins look like. That's why the 3 in 13 days is tough. Because, again, a player can get hot. You can have a bad night. But 3 times, you can't find that little thing where you can just kind of brush this off.
Yeah, and I think that first one that they got is probably the most important one. Because you just kind of teach a young team that you could beat this team. You could hang with this team. Yeah. In the second game, it only gets more confidence. And this team, they're thinking we can beat this team in a 7-game series. So OKC, they're already letting the Spurs team get the momentum when it feels like they have the advantage having Vic. Not everybody has a Vic on their team, but you're taking away their main source of points, was just in the paint. You're making OKC survive off jump shots, which they just can't do.
But you know, the mind blowing thing is that, like, I feel like watching these matchups in the playoffs last year, I was begging for that type of defense. And again, everybody doesn't have a Wemby.
Yeah.
But, like, I was so happy and relieved in that series against the Nuggets, where a couple of those games that the Nuggets won, it's like we just gapping up heavy on Shea to the point where it looked like we double teaming him.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, why are especially if you're already a team that's.
I think Indy tried to do that. They didn't have the defensive infrastructure. Where, like, that's how you got Caruso got 2 20-point games in the finals because they did that. He actually hit the shots this time instead of the last couple.
I think that's the way to go, even if you're going to lose. But, like,
make others beat you.
But no,
I mean, even Anthony Edwards said that in the game that they just beat them. It was like, yeah, we just showed Shea a bunch of bodies and let the rest be the rest.
Yeah.
And the rest ended up being people
missing
missing shots.
But it's one thing to have the mentality of let somebody beat us. That sounds good, but, like, certain teams are literally saying somebody else beat us.
Yeah. Yeah,
Sometimes that heavy gap got to go beyond. It got to be almost a double team.
It was a couple times where I think this is when Vic, when they first had the matchup with Alex Caruso and Vic, Shea was driving to the paint and driving and kicking.
He had to.
There was almost not even a reason for him to drive at that point because Vic was already there. It was just a simple pass, but he was, again, like, nobody was falling for the maybe he drives, maybe. No, they're just let him sit in that corner and we'll let him beat us.
And you can double down when him and Dort on the floor together.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a tough goal for J-Dub since he's coming back from his injury, too.
Yes.
This is one of the games.
He also doesn't have the full range of motion in his wrist to be able to shoot.
He should sit out.
And I'm just like,
sit out. Get healthy, J-Dub.
They need him or Chet, one of the top end guys to alleviate some of that pressure from Shea.
Yeah.
And going back to my original question, I think this means everything for the Spurs, as y'all mentioned, like Mike said, to be able to say, like, oh, we can hang in a series versus these dudes. But from the OKC's perspective, I don't think it means that much. I mean, for us as people that watch the game, it shows how easily the discourse can change, how we were talking about, like, yeah, this team, they could win 70. And now it's like, ain't no way in hell they can win 70. But I don't know. I don't know if they played a true 7-game series right now. I'm still taking OKC at this moment in time.
Yeah. I mean, they did it. They were able to do it last year without the shooting. And, like, well, I mean, they did get shooting from Alex Caruso and he does the 40% or whatever. But, like, we know just from, like, a ground standpoint, this team is not shooting the ball well on most nights.
You would take the Thunder, but if the Spurs won, you wouldn't be like, oh.
It wouldn't be that much of a surprise.
And for the Thunder, I think that's an issue because 2 weeks ago, there was nobody in the entire league that you could even put close to them.
Yeah.
There is no way.
And you know what's crazy also, we were talking about them beating the Golden State Warriors record. They now and they could be called for the first seed now.
It's like 2.5 games.
It's 2.5 games now. Like, it's changed that fast.
That's crazy.
Because the Spurs are also on an 8-game win streak.
Yeah.
And the Nuggets are also only three games back. So now that gap between them is all got so much closer.
And Wemby is not even he's not playing 30 minutes.
So yeah, your number 1 seed is in jeopardy.
I kind of fake like that he's not playing all these minutes.
Same.
If they could still win with him playing 20 to 26 minutes, it's like that's just good enough to keep him healthy for the post. That's all we really need. We need Wemby to be healthy once they make the playoffs. And that's what we really learn a lot about this core and this team. I think OKC, we talked about it last year, based on these last week and a half, 2 weeks, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a time they actually think about doing something, shaking it up and adding more shooting.
I was thinking about that.
Y'all thought, when I brought that MPJ trade to the table, y'all was laughing at
because his contract is. That's the contract that you don't want to bring in.
Man, Lou Dort already get 2/3 of that contract right there.
Who else are you doing?
You can find another
Aaron Wiggins.
Andrew or Isaiah. Somebody gonna have to go.